Yeah, it's still hugely popular, and it's amazing. Like when you were making the music and the music for this game back then, 1993, did you think it was ever going to last this long?
Oh, absolutely not. See, because I didn't save a lot of uh, the beginnings of the sound effects that I used. Uh, the uh, uh, some of the voices in here are actually the id guys, and definitely in Wolfenstein.
Right.
Uh, and I have to laugh every time I play Wolfenstein. And I don't do it that often, but every once in a while I'll I'll play it just to remind myself what was going on
Yeah.
back then. And uh, we the word Schustoffel,
Right.
we tried everybody at id doing it, and and Kevin Cloud, who was did artwork and other things
Yeah,
too.
that's right. Yeah.
He uh, he came in to do it, and I mean we laughed our asses off on this because he went. We said, okay, you need to say Schustoffel, but say it, like you really mean it. He went Schustoffel. We died. We died laughing because he was serious about it. And I said, no more
That's
voice
amazing.
work for Kevin.
Oh my goodness.
Of course, Tom Hall was really good at it because he he talks to himself anyway, I think, so in different voices. And I think Adrian Carmack, one of his, it it might have been him saying the Schustoffel, or it was Tom or Adrian, I'm not sure. But anyway, I had a lot of that original stuff, and you didn't think anything about it. Well, there wasn't a lot of space to store stuff
Yeah.
back then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you didn't have these huge hard drives or anything. You were putting stuff on floppy disks.
Right.
360K. I mean, you could eat that up with a digital sound file, and there was no MP3 back then. There was
No.
very little compression, if any. I'm trying to figure out once again which keys I'm using to move.
That's all
Because
right.
I'm used to the
mouse.
ASWD.
Oh right. Yeah. 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 It's
Okay.
a little different.
Did you go up and get where the shotgun always was in this? Is it here?
Yeah, it's inside in here. I think I already have it.
You got it. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I would just. Did you get the key?
I did.
Okay, good for you. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, I love playing with you. I tell you what, you do all the work, and I get all the fun.
Oh my god.
Man.
Do you know what those sounds? The sounds where they explode. They're the funniest sounds you'd ever hear in a video game. You know when they explode, and it's like this.
Yeah. I've forgotten a lot of. I just killed myself. No, I didn't.
It's been a while.
A lot of those sounds were, gosh, I think I took wet claws and I was gonna kill him with my fist.
Oh.
I was hitting him. Anyway, I took a bunch of wet claws and slopped them around, and just Foley, which is named after the man that sort of came up with it, is using objects to make sounds that
Right.
might sound otherworldly
Yes.
or even sound very real, because you just actually would record somebody walking to do footsteps, believe that or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that's correct.
so I'm lost, of course. I'll end up circling the same block.
No, it's all right. I just got the chainsaw.
Good. Oh, I hear it. I used to love it when I'd be in a room and hear it coming from the other direction. from another room or whatever, another area. Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah.
And I know you're. It sounds like you're off to the left.
Yeah, that's right. I just went to the left. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you. So anyway, a lot of that was done that way. And in Doom, did I ever use any? I might have toward the end of it used some of the Hollywood Sound CDs. I think they had gotten some of those, but I may be wrong about that. I know I used it in later the Doom 2.
Yes.
But I'm not sure about Doom. But anyway, the original.
Right. Because like some of the sounds, like if I'm watching a movie, I'd hear some of those sounds, you know, from Doom, and I'd be like, oh, they're the sounds from Doom. And I think everybody that recognizes those sounds when they watch a film, they're like, oh, that's the Doom sound. That came from Doom, you know.
Now you know I don't think I ever used the sound without doing something with it.
Yeah, just changing it slightly. Yeah.
Well, or actually, I don't know, but I do know that there was a guy, I think in Eastern Europe, that actually went back and found all of the. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, it's okay.
Right back with you.
Yeah,
oh man, yes, it's not a good place to be right now. Where'd you go?
I went down. I actually went around the left. Yeah, if you come back, if you come back down, yeah, I went through the secret passage up the top.
I forget all of these. I swear.
I've come back up. There you are, yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah, you went down there.
Yeah.
You must have been down there with me then.
I was for a second.
I didn't realize it. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, he took the sound effects apart, and I swear to goodness, he figured a lot of them out. And I had forgotten. He figured out what original sound I might have started with, and this wasn't necessarily in Doom, but it was in. It might have been Doom 2 that he did, and I thought, gosh, he had a lot of time on his hands,
right,
to do that. But let's see, the yells are not. They were from either Id or me, and I know one of the yells, and it may be one of the dying sounds, or maybe the dying sound that I layered in with other yells, but was me late one night. Most of the guys except for Carmack would go. They had a life outside of Id, you know, outside of working on the game. I was at Id's offices working late one night, and I think Carmack was still there, but I decided I was going to do record a yell, and I literally, without warming up, I ruined my voice, man. I tell you what,
wow,
it hurt for a week because I put everything I could into it. I think I warned him ahead of time. I'm going to yell, you know, but I didn't dare do that during the day because people would have called the police and said somebody's dying, you know.
That's brilliant.
But it was fun doing all that and having everybody involved in the sound in that regard, you know. Anyhow, I went way away from that. I promise I will stay on track to your question.
No, it's great. Actually, the more that you remember stuff and just talk, it's brilliant because you know, giving the people the inside scoop and stuff that's not known, you know. And you know, playing the game as well, it probably brings back, you know, some memories.